Welcome to the next episode on the Desi Horror. Today we come to the final episode of a story called The Woman in Green that I created. This last chapter tells us what happens in the lives of Ponnappa, his mother, Kushal, and Sarala. In the past two chapters, we heard about a story spanning from 2020 during COVID back to 1975. A story where two classes of society collide, but then that collision has to be hidden. It's a story also of a house that comes with a history. And lastly, we also find out that Ponnappa has been seeing and hearing some strange things. Movement in the trees, the rustling, the folk song, the strange things around the house, and of course, the lights flickering in the maid's quarters. He's the only person who has seen and heard all of this. Raju, the caretaker, hasn't seen or heard any of this. Neither does his mother acknowledge anything. So now we find out what happens in Ponnappa's life. A few months later, Ponnappa was eating lunch with his mother. "Have you heard any strange sounds, Ma?" he asked her, hoping it was just him because he did not want his mother to get anxious. "Is it the singing and the whispers?" she asked him without any emotion. "You know about that?" he asked her, shocked at her response. "It's been happening for several years. I've got accustomed to it," his mother said. "Aren't you supposed to do something about it?" he questioned her. "Not necessary. Whatever it is has helped me after your father's death. It's almost like it understands," she responded, looking almost peaceful. "Helped you by doing what?" he asked her, certain that his mother needed a therapist. "It's difficult to explain. When I sit in the garden, I can almost feel someone wiping my tears. It's a lightness in the air. The singing is comforting. It's an old folk song that your father used to love," his mother said as she cleared the dishes, leaving Ponnappa in a state of anxiety over his mother's mental health. Over the next few months, his mother worked diligently in the garden. The flowers were now in full bloom, and the weeds that were making it look like an abandoned property were now cleared. The grass was green again, and the beautiful rosewood trees were trimmed. At the center was the Kaveri statue that had now been polished, and sacred tulsi plants were planted around it. His mother spent most of her days tending to the plants, and she was healing in the process. One night, when Ponnappa was working, he heard the faint whispers again. This time, he didn't turn on the lights. He stepped out and walked around the garden, inspecting it thoroughly. It was when he was on the other side of the property that he spotted her. A woman was walking across the rose bushes and towards the rosewood trees. There was a hint of green that he could spot as she glided through the garden. He rushed to the trees, but she was nowhere to be found. Out of breath and overwhelmed with fear, he called his cousin immediately and narrated the whole incident. "Have you been drinking by any chance?" his cousin asked. "No, I haven't had a drink tonight. I am sure I saw this lady. Something weird is going on here," he exclaimed. All right. Let's bring in a priest to bless the house," his cousin suggested. Their extended family were in attendance when the priest performed a ritual at the house. They sympathized with his mother when she declared she was against the ritual, but they were firm that it had to be done. Raju chose not to attend the ritual as well. "Sir, we shouldn't trouble the spirits that protect us." Ponnappa ignored him but felt at ease when the ritual happened. With time, he had completely stopped hearing the whispers, the singing, and any movement in the garden. The blessing of the house had worked. At the end of the year, they decided to move back to the city. The COVID deaths had reduced and the lockdown had eased up. Ponnappa was doing well. His mother was almost back to her old self and he had just launched his new startup. His family had agreed to sell the house and he could clear his debts and be a free man. He decided to enjoy his last night at the house with a drink. He fell asleep after a few drinks when he awoke to a gentle tapping on his window. He threw his duvet aside and walked groggily to the main window in the living room. He looked outside to see if the street cats were trying to get inside the house again. What he saw made him rub his sleepy eyes hard to double check. There she was, the woman in green, sitting under the redwood trees and smiling back at him. And this, my friends, is the last episode of The Woman in Green. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, follow me on Instagram, The SWAT Cat, and I'll see you for the next episode on the Desi Horror.